Coming up,
For us, learning through play is really important.
kids are going to love this new exhibit at the Museum of Discovery and Science. Heck, I loved it. Then enjoy a delicious breakfast, brunch, or lunch on the healthy side along Las Olas. If your knees hit the seat in front of you on a plane, your legs are long like mine. That changes the way you need to squat, and personal trainer Morgan Shapiro will show us how to adapt. All that and more is today on SoFlo Health. Hello? Good afternoon, ladies and... come a little closer. Too close. As I was saying, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your anchorman, Hunter Frankie, and welcome to SoFlo Health, where the temperatures are as hot as our stories. Today, we have reports of temperatures that are so high that even the sun is sweating. People are frying eggs on the sidewalk, and some people are eating soup just to stay cool. Oh, this gag again so soon? Can't you think of anything else? Hello? Yeah. I'll get to the first story. Here's the first story. If you know, you know. This is the Museum of Discovery and Science, and they have a long-awaited, brand new exhibit. It's a permanent installation. And if you're a kid or you have kids, you're gonna love it. I think I'm gonna love it, and I'm not a kid and I don't have kids. So let's go meet Joe Cox and learn more. He's the president and CEO, by the way. Well, I've located Joe. Joe, where are we?
We are flying high above the Everglades, looking for alligators, crocodiles, and lots of fun.
And this is all part of your new exhibit, which is called what?
This is the Discovery Spot. So this is our brand new 4,000 square foot exhibit designed specifically for children 6 and under and their siblings and their families.
So what do you say we go downstairs and take a tour of your new exhibit?
Sounds good.
Let's do it. See you down there. Joe, where are we now?
We are in the Everglades, and we are deep in the Everglades, surrounded by the sounds, even the smells of the Everglades.
Do we want that?
Oh, we had a lot of fun designing the smells.
Okay.
So, for us, learning through play is really important.
Okay.
And so this exhibit encourages role play, encourages, communication, collaboration, all of those things that are essential learning skills for kids, and also making it fun and active. So when we see kids in there, they're running around, they're exploring, they're being adventurers, exploring the Everglades, and meeting things like our American crocodile. So
Now, I think I saw maybe an homage to an older exhibit you had back there.
lots of kids are going to be very excited, and adults, that something they played with when they were children, we've brought back.
Let's go take a look.
Okay?
Let's do it. I'm holding a crate.
You are. And this is a crate that is going to provide all kinds of fun experiences and remind people of something we used to have.
Okay.
So we had our orange groves here at the museum since we opened in 1992, and about 12 million children played with the orange trees.
Wow, I'm one of them.
Exactly. So we decided it was time for a refresh, so we can pick some oranges.
Pick some off.
Or lemons.
Or lemons or limes. Love it. And where do they go?
They go back into the tree.
Very cool. All right. Well, I think I see another station we should check out before we let you go.
I think so. Get
It's on
nice
the
and-
juicing station?
We should go juice some orange juice or lime juice.
Let's do it.
Sounds good.
Follow us. There's still more to see here at the Museum of Discovery and Science, but we'll check back in with Joe later. Newsflash, it's so hot.
How hot is it?
Not bad. It's so hot that you can forget about your ice cream melting. The ice cream truck can barely make it down the road.
Boo!
All right, okay. They can't all be gold, okay? Anyway, this next story is so hot, It's hotter than a jalapeno sunburn. Okay, all right, well. If you've been looking for a breakfast and lunch spot with healthy options that's delicious on Las Olas, you're in luck. It's Java and Jam, and that's where we are right now. Let's go meet Erica and learn more. As promised, I'm now with Erica of Java and Jam. She's the general manager. Erica, thank you for being with us today.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. Tell people that don't know, what is Java and Jam?
So Java and Jam is downtown Fort Lauderdale's favorite breakfast and lunch location. We offer breakfast every day from 7 to 3. We also offer brunch on the weekend, Saturday and Sunday. We do a great lunch crowd during the week, Monday through Friday.
Great. Excellent. And we've got a wonderful spread in front of us. What am I looking at? Let's start here.
All right, starting here, we have our salmon bowl. This is our fresh orange couscous that we make in-house with fresh made orange juice. We also have some garlic sauteed spinach in there with heirloom tomatoes and a fresh tzatziki sauce on top that we make in-house.
Get a little taste of everything. And while I taste this, what's that?
Yeah, so we have the arugula and hummus salad. We have the hummus underneath to give you a nice bit of protein with those chickpeas. All of our dressings for our salads are vinaigrette based, so it's a little bit of a healthier option. We have some sliced tomatoes in there, a little bit of grapes for some sweetness. The poached egg on top really helps to emulsify the salad and give you a nice texture, but it's also giving you some protein from the egg.
Yeah, this tastes extremely fresh.
Yeah.
I love it. Is this more of a lunch thing?
Yeah, it's a great option for lunch. You know, we have a lot of people here that come in from the office and you want something that's a little bit lighter, so we're able to offer this that doesn't make you feel too heavy after having lunch.
So it sounds like a great spot for somebody or a group of people that maybe you've got the healthy fitness friend in the group, but then everybody else is like, I just want to have normal stuff.
Exactly. You know, you have someone who's having a steak and eggs. You have someone who's vegan. They have a coconut chia pudding. So we have plenty of options for everybody.
Excellent. This is absolutely delicious. I'm sure this is as well. If people want to learn more about Java and Jam, how can they?
Visit us online at our website at java-jam.com or visit us on Instagram at Java and Jam.
Well, Erica, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for coming in today.
Of course. Long-legged folks, keep watching. Personal trainer Morgan Shapiro will teach us how to squat more comfortably when SoFlo Health returns.
Focusing on you. Innovations in modern medicine from your team of experts at UHealth, the University of Miami Health System.
Teo Valles was diagnosed with hearing loss at the tender age of 2 years old.
I became profoundly deaf at around 8 or 9.
Teo and his family went to see Dr. Yvette Sejas, Director of Family Support Services, as part of the Children's Hearing Program at UHealth, who says early intervention is key.
If hearing loss is untreated, it doesn't just affect communication. It could also have really big, major impacts on learning, on education, social skills, on cognitive development, and even emotional functioning.
Teo received his first cochlear implant at age 9.
A cochlear implant is made up of 2 pieces. This part is implanted underneath the skin, and this part sits over the ear and attaches with a magnet. A microphone right here picks up sound, vibrating the cochlea, stimulating the auditory nerve, allowing you to hear.
I could tell the difference immediately once I got used to it.
It is something that does require auditory training, and it requires your brain learning how to listen in a new way.
Teo is doing so well, he's now a cochlear implant ambassador and recently advocated for access to hearing healthcare in London, alongside Nobel Prize laureate Malala Yousafzai. He's so thankful to Dr. Sejas and the UHealth team.
You guys have changed not only my life, but also my family's life.
Yes, Mr. Eklund. I know. What do you want me to do? I didn't write this stuff. I gotta go. Welcome back to SoFlo Health. I'm Hunter Frankie, and boy, is it hot. It's a beautiful day, and the sun shining, birds, they're chirping, and I'm having a delightful personal sauna experience, courtesy of nature. What am I saying? It's not that hot at all. We can handle it. It's just as cool as this. I'm fairly tall, but my name is Hunter Frankie, and this is personal trainer Morgan Shapiro, and she's fairly normal sized. So when we go to squat, it's gonna be different for the both of us. I don't know how to explain that to you. Fortunately, Morgan does. So Morgan, what should we know for us long-legged folk about squatting?
So we've done the squat a few times on the show, and those cues that I've given in the past, you know, you don't want the knees to buckle in, you want to try to keep the chest upright, those remain the same, but from having taller clients, not experiencing it myself, I understand you have to do a lot more work to get down. And that may cause you to struggle when trying to hit your depth, so how deep you're gonna go, and keeping your chest upright. Because since you're going down for a lot longer than I am, the center of balance is gonna be a lot harder to maintain. So one thing we can try is playing with our foot placement. So maybe you're starting off narrow. I want you to try to have a little bit of a wider stance. And again, not everyone's anatomy is different. So although Hunter's tall, he's not like every single tall person. What feels good for him may feel better or different for someone else. So we're gonna try to experiment with a little bit of a wider stance, toes slightly turned out, and let's see if the depth feels better when you do that. All right, a little wider stance, toes turned out. Probably already
Like that?
feels a little different, yeah. He's able to get pretty deep there. Good. Give me one more rep and then I'm gonna ask you how you're feeling. Once you put the bar back. Good, and bringing it back. Okay, how did that feel?
It felt fine.
Yeah.
It was definitely much more of a stretch on my inner thigh.
But okay, so that's the first thing we can do is play with your foot placement, kind of see how that feels. The next thing we can do is elevate your heels. So you can either do this with specific weightlifting shoes. Today we're just gonna put 2 plates under your heels, and that's going to improve your ankle mobility. So it's gonna be a little bit easier to find that depth, and it's gonna change your center of balance a little bit more. So I'm gonna grab those really
Go ahead, yeah. In fact, a lot of you may not even realize that your shoes alone may be lifting your heels already. So if you can try a squat with no shoes on, you'll get an idea of your like true form. And then when you have shoes, keep in mind that every shoe has a different millimeter of heel on it. I specifically buy shoes that are very low to 0 drop.
So plates work perfectly fine for this. You want to be sure they're not too high, right? We just want to elevate them a little bit. So that creates a little bit more space. In the ankles, he's able to go a little bit deeper now. This is also just really great, not just for tall people, when people are starting off squatting at first and they're having trouble finding that depth and they don't have the ankle mobility yet, it takes time. This is a great way to improve that. How did that feel for you?
Feels good.
Yeah?
Yeah, definitely feels good. Morgan's gonna put those plates back. She'll grab the bench. We'll continue with squatting for us taller folk when SoFlo Health returns.
You know, they say the desert is a hot spot for vacation, but it's all just a tropical mirage. Who needs sunscreen when you can just bask in the glow of pure denial? God, it's hot.
Today we're at Baptist Health South Miami Hospital, and I'm joined by Dr. Gomez today. Doctor, thank you for being with us today.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. We're going to talk about the spine, because that's what you deal with on a regular basis. People experience pain on their back, and that can come from their spine. How do we know the difference between just regular nagging back pain from maybe a pulled muscle and something that's more serious?
Spine pain is really common. About 70% of people will seek some sort of medical care on account of their spine. Typically when we're concerned about the spine is when somebody experiences sciatica pain, which is that pain that you feel, going from your low back into your buttock, down the back of your thigh, and towards your ankle and your foot.
And what are the treatments for something like that?
So the treatment's kind of a spectrum, so we start with conservative treatment, so trying some anti-inflammatory medications, some muscle relaxants, doing some exercises, stretches, doing physical therapy, and then finally your last resort's going to be a surgical solution.
And what does surgery look like?
It depends on the problem. The most common surgery that we do is called a lumbar microdiscectomy, where we take patients to the operating room, make a very small incision, and we open up a window in the back of the spine so that we can decompress the nerve and then remove a fragment of disc that's pinching a nerve.
Wow. And what does the recovery look like as far as the outcome? What can people expect from these surgeries?
The goal of surgery is to get someone back to their normal life. So if you like to exercise, we want to get you back exercising. If you like to travel, we want you to be able to go to Europe and walk, 3 miles a day without any issues. So that really is the goal of what we're after.
If people would like to learn more about what we've talked about here today, how can they?
Just visit our website or call the number on the screen.
Great. Thank you so much for your time.
It's my pleasure.
More tips to adapt your squat, make it more comfortable and effective after the break on SoFlo Health. Hello and welcome back to SoFlo Health. I'm melting. I'm Hunter Frankie. And now we take you to international news, to the Arctic Circle, where surprisingly, it's cooler than here. I'm not envious. I'm not even mad. I love sweating through every broadcast. What? No, sir, I'm not complaining. I'm fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Earlier, we were talking about squats for long-limbed people, usually taller people, but you could be shorter with long limbs. So I'm gonna get under the bar and she's gonna give you some more tips.
Yes, so today we're going to go over a variation. We're going to do the barbell box squats. And I talked about a few different things you can do to really help you improve that depth. So by having a point of reference when you go to squat back, that is a great way to teach people how far down to go. So you can get up under that bar, step back, and now you're gonna go to your regular squat, but this time I want you to keep going down until you find that box, in our case, a bench, and then right back up. So this is really great when teaching people how to find that depth. He's about 90 degrees. It's really gonna help to strengthen all the muscles in the lower body, your glutes, your hamstrings, your quads, all those things that you need to be strong when going down to hit a squat, especially a squat with great depth. The next variation that not only is we're working on the depth, but it's really gonna help to remind you to keep that upper body upright, and that is the front squat. So I don't know if you do the front squat a lot, which grip you like to do. You can do underhand, you can cross it over.
Yeah, I haven't
Show
done
the
it in a long
people
time.
what you like.
I guess, let's do this.
There's a few different grips you can do when it comes to this one. I know Hunter's done it before. And we're not gonna touch the box with this one, so I'm just gonna bring it back. Regular front squat, let's see what you got. So as you can see, with the load in the front, he cannot bring the upper body forward or the bar's gonna go forward. So this is a really great way to teach people how to keep that upper body lifted when doing the squat, is to train the squats front loaded. Good, you can put that back. And you can do the same thing with a dumbbell, with a kettlebell. You can go ahead and do the goblet squat.
Yeah, I prefer, if I'm gonna do front squats of some kind, I prefer that.
Yeah, and
Goblets,
that's perfectly
kettlebells.
fine, and that's the key word, prefer. You find what preference is better for you, that you can maintain proper form, work on those things, maybe build up to the barbell back squat. Maybe it's not for you. I want everyone squatting in some way, shape, and form, whatever is best for you, your anatomy, and your body.
Yeah, for those, you saw I had kind of a hook grip. I like them with straps. Cross is fine too, but I find that you're really forced to stay in proper form if you keep those elbows high and you're able to do the hook grip if you have the wrist mobility to do so.
Yeah, absolutely. So there's a lot of variations, but keep the chest lifted, find that depth, and be easy on yourself. Not every variation is gonna work for everyone.
Great, is that it?
That's it.
Okay, so foot placement.
Yes.
Foot elevation.
Yes. Mobility.
Mobility, your own personal depth and mobility. What else did we do for the taller folks?
Variations.
Different variations of squats. Make sure that your hand placement is comfortable.
Yep.
And
Squeeze the
using
back.
a box or bench or something as a point of reference
Yep.
to help teach yourself what feels good.
Yeah, and front loading.
And front loading. So if any of it doesn't feel good, please send us a question.
Let
Hit
us
us up
know.
at SoFlo Health, and we'll answer the questions for you. Maybe we'll even do one for shorter folks and shorter limbed people as well. All right. Well, Morgan, thank you so much.
Thank you.
I've just been informed that I've been fired. Yes, you heard that right. They gave me the boot. It turns out that my anchoring skills were just too hot to handle. Oh. Yes, sir. Oh, okay, great. Thank you, Mr. Eklund. Thank you. It seems they saw what they were paying me and decided that I could stay. Wait a second. It's important for kids to learn STEAM, science, technology, engineering, art, and math, and they can do all of that here at the Discovery Spot, where we were earlier with Joe Cox of the Museum of Discovery and Science. There's still one last part of the exhibit to see, so let's suit up.
Joe, what am I wearing?
You are an absolute sport, and you are wearing one of our smocks so that you are ready to play in the juicing station.
Let's do it.
And get soaking wet. So we've picked our oranges, we've sorted them,
Sure.
and now we're going to juice them. So dive right in and play. So you've got your cloud mushroom.
Joe, if people want to learn more about this exhibit and what else you have happening at Museum of Discovery and Science, how can
Visit our website, and one of the things that we really focus on at the museum is making sure that we're providing access to the entire community. So we've got some great access programs that people can take advantage of, and of course signing up for a membership so you get free admission to the museum all year long, as well as a reciprocal admission to hundreds of other museums. So you can play here or play anywhere else.
Well, Joe, it's always so much fun spending time with you here at the museum.
Thank you.
In case you were wondering, this isn't something that's like a traveling museum exhibit. This is all designed by the people here at Museum of Discovery and Science and executed, and you guys have done such a wonderful job.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your time.
Absolutely. See you soon.
Of course. Welcome back to SoFlo Health. I'm Hunter Frankie on this special super hot edition of SoFlo Health. And boy, I gotta tell you, we've been having a lot of fun with the heat jokes today, but on a quick serious note, if you're going to be outside, stay hydrated, be aware of the symptoms of heat stroke, and if you begin to feel them, get the heck out of the heat. That's all we have for this week's episode of SoFlo Health. Thank you so much for watching. As always, if you want to watch previous episodes of SoFlo Health, you can on SoFloShows.com. You can follow us using @SoFlo Health to share with us what you're doing to stay healthy. Until next week, goodbye and good health. Yeah, I won't do it again. Next week on SoFlo Health, gluten-free treat seekers rejoice. A famous SoFlo donut purveyor heard your cries for a gluten-free, nut-free donut and came through. Find out what the heck this has to do with health next week on SoFlo Health, and we'll see you then.